This is another case similar to Gypsy Rose Blanchard in which she allegedly went through growing up, except this involves a grandmother and a granddaughter. A grandmother out of Texas is accused of having an unnecessary gastric feeding tube placed into her 7-year-old granddaughter. 56-year-old Lisa Campbell Goins is accused of unlawful restraint, exploitation of a child, and injury of a child. This was in Tarrant County, Texas, and she was reportedly arrested on December 31st. The sheriff's office has described this case and investigation as Munchausen by proxy syndrome, which is, as you probably already know, a form of medical child ABUSE. Reportedly, Lisa is also accused of soliciting monetary donations, including a GoFundMe in her name for her granddaughter's, quote, medical bills. An affidavit said that Lisa started caring for the little girl when she was a baby because the little girl's biological mom was unable to. In August of 2023, Lisa reportedly took the child to Cook Children's Medical Center that was due to severe dehydration and vomiting and diarrhea. At that time, doctors reportedly found ulcers in her GI tract, as well as damage to her lower intestine and colon. However, they weren't exactly sure what the cause of all of this was because her illness presentation did not match a known medical diagnosis. So the doctors ended up giving her a gastric tube as a way to give her medication. Lisa also reportedly pushed the doctors to feed the girl through that tube as well. Doctors were said to be completely perplexed because her symptoms would seem to get better and then they'd go back worse again. So then a few days ago, several of the little girl's family members contacted police because they suspected Lisa was poisoning the child through the gastric tube. So at that point, Lisa was asked to leave the hospital where the little girl was at because technically Lisa wasn't listed as her legal guardian, so they could ask her to do that. It was then that investigators say the medical staff started noticing improvements in both the child's behavior and health, and that was after grandma was out of the picture. So after several extensive interviews, investigators now believe the child may have been poisoned with an alkaline substance, and specifically they are thinking it was mean green degreaser cleaner. A family member also reported to police that Lisa had a bottle of fingernail polish remover in her bedroom and in the child's bedroom. Authorities also believe Lisa gave the little girl sedatives to control her, and she reportedly used a tent-style bed at home and in the hospital as a form of discipline and restraint. Investigators also say that there were at least $600,000 worth of Medicaid fraud, and that was due to the unneeded medical intervention. Now, during the course of this investigation, police also found out that Lisa was accused of medically abusing her son in 1999. During that time, she was ordered to take parenting classes after she was caught over-medicating the little boy, and she was also lying to doctors about him throwing up. Her stepson also told investigators she would lie to doctors about his behavior when he was growing up, and that would lead the doctors to increasing his ADHD medication doses. He said he was on a ton of different medicines that he knew he didn't need. It was to the point he was hallucinating. It was also said that Lisa would make consistent posts on social media in order to update people on her granddaughter's supposed condition and sickness, and she also set up a GoFundMe page for donations. She is now being held at the Tarrant County Jail with a bond of $150,000. The little girl is now reportedly living with her other grandmother. She no longer has a gastric feeding tube. She's said to be eating on her own. She's now gaining weight and she's attending school now. She was also weaned off of unnecessary medications. In the meantime, police are looking for anyone who may have donated to platforms like GoFundMe to Lisa. Anyone with more information is asked to call detectives at 817-884-3749. This is absolutely unreal, but I'm so thankful that she was caught so that child can now live a happy and normal life. Good job to the family members who reached out to authorities. For more true crime, be sure to give me a follow, and if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe.